Good morning, Steph here for your Friday mindfulness session. Today what I thought we would do is talk about setting up a regular practice. So we'll start with a mindfulness of breath. And this can be a good basis for the sort of regular practice that you might want to be doing. Okay, so finding your position. So let's start. So settling yourself down, trying to adapt to an upright posture. So wherever you're sitting, see if you can actually sit up without leaning back too far forward, leaning back too much or going too far forwards. Setting your feet firmly in contact with the floor so that you're feeling stable. It's good to feel comfortable too, so just adjust as you need to. So just bringing your attention to how you're sitting. Moving into your posture and just noticing whether you are feeling aligned. So shifting your balance, your head and neck, the back, just so that you can just move into a position that you're going to be able to keep to for the next 5-10 minutes. And just giving yourself a moment to breathe and allowing your attention to move into the contact points of your feet to the floor, sitting bones to the chair. Spending a few moments here and just noticing that sense, these sensations that you experience here, perhaps in your feet. What actually is your experience of your feet right now? What do you notice? It may be you notice they're a bit cool or warm. You may notice where they're in contact with the floor. You might be wearing socks and you can feel the sensation of socks. You might notice that there's a coolness, the cool air in contact with your skin. So just noticing whatever's here for you. It could be sensations, it could be no sensations. It could be numbness. Whatever your experience, just notice it. Bringing your attention to your sitting bones now. So moving up from your feet to your sitting bones and spending a few moments here. Grounding, we're grounding. Feeling the contact of the ground, the seat, the floor, the earth. Just really moving into that. Connecting. So what's here for you in the seat? As you notice the experience of your sitting bones in contact with the seat. And from here, moving up from your sitting bones all the way up your body. So perhaps noticing the sensations as you travel up. Where do you travel from? What do you notice in your torso? Perhaps having a sense of the spine, even the vertebrae of the spine, as you gradually move all the way up to your shoulders. And spending a few moments here, often a place where we feel tension. What's here for you today? There's no need to necessarily try and change anything. We're just noticing what's here. And as you move into the sensations, you just might notice a softening, an opening. From your shoulders, gently moving your attention down your arms, taking in your upper arms, forearms, hands. Noticing the connection of the hands to wherever they're resting. Feeling the sensations in your hands and your fingers. And then moving up, all the way up, back to your shoulders. To the connection of your shoulders to your neck and head. Spending a few moments here, neck and head. Just what's here, what experience, what sensations are here. Now expand your attention to take in your whole body sitting here. Perhaps revisiting your posture. Perhaps adapting your position if you need to. And then allowing your attention to come to the breath, to this breath. So allowing your awareness to observe your breath just breathing itself. No need to change it. So following the in-breath all the way down into the body. All the way out from the body. Perhaps noticing the rise of the belly on the in-breath and the fall on the out-breath. Perhaps noticing the cool air as it moves in through your nostrils, travels all the way down into your lungs, your belly. And then as it moves out through your nostrils on the out-breath, notice the change in temperature. So perhaps noticing thinking as it arises, as it will, time and time again. So if you find your mind distracted by thinking or thoughts taking you, thoughts of the future or thoughts of what's just happened, just seeing if it's possible to very gently and kindly escort your attention back to the breath. And so each time you find your mind's wandered, you just bring it back each time without being hard on yourself, because actually this is exactly what minds do. Back to the breath, back to this moment of the breath, wherever you feel it in your body. Maybe you feel the breath in your nostrils, throat, chest, belly. Seeing if it's possible to just be with the experience of the physical sensations of the breath. The movement of the chest. The movement of the belly. Allowing a short breath to be a short breath. A long breath to be a long breath. Perhaps noticing the moment the in-breath becomes an out-breath. And an out-breath becomes an in-breath. And each time you find your mind wandering, just gently, kindly bringing your attention back to the breath each time. This breath. This breath in this moment. Coming back to this moment and to this breath. So now as we bring this practice to an end, coming back into this moment of the day now, perhaps having a bit of a stretch and a move. Just perhaps noticing how you're feeling. Spending a few moments checking yourself out. Noticing any change, any questions. So now talking about how to do this on a regular basis, bringing it into your day and why it's helpful. So what is helpful about coming back to this moment, just noticing where you are and opening into space, can actually be really a useful way of reconnecting to yourself, to your body, to your breath, giving you a bit of focus. But in order to do that, it can be helpful to build a sort of solid foundation for this, to bring mindfulness into the activities of your day. And it can be used as a springboard so that you've got a starting point, something to come back to give you a little bit perhaps of space to reconnect yourself. So the importance is not to be too heavy about it, because it's easy to give yourself a hard time when you find that you've missed your daily practice, or you're finding it difficult to settle into one. So trying to be kind to yourself and not give yourself a hard time when you find it difficult. But what can be helpful is giving yourself a certain time of day to start your practice. So that can be any time at all, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever seems to fit into your routine. And I think when I've talked to people about this, what can be really helpful is to actually build it into your day So look at your daily activities, perhaps look at your diary and say, right, this is the time I'm going to start doing, could be 5-10 minute mindfulness practice. Just setting yourself up with perhaps a wish and a desire to do it, thinking of perhaps why you might want to do it, and then giving yourself a time of day to start. I would say start small. So 5 minutes, just doing what we've done today, starting with setting up your posture, finding a comfortable position, feeling stable. Grounding yourself can be really useful, just really stabilizing, feeling stable, and grounding yourself allows you to perhaps come into your body a little bit. And from there you can then move into coming to the breath and just noticing all those thoughts, which is entirely natural. We'll never get rid of the thoughts, they're there, and it's just a matter of working with them and noticing them and allowing them, and allowing yourself to just keep coming back to the breath, or if you choose you could come back to the feet on the floor or the body, whatever. So just getting into the habit of doing that. Actually, the more you do it, then the more it becomes part of your routine and a habit, and that's why it's then easier to remember to do it at other times of the day when you actually need it. So let me just see, I think that's pretty much all I was going to be saying. Yeah, the other thing to remember is when you're trying to build in a daily practice is it's not easy. It took me a while, so just keep going, keep trying. So change the time of day if it's not suitable. Do it when you remember to do it if you've forgotten, and notice what happens when you are able to practice regularly. So that gives you incentive to keep going if you're finding it actually quite beneficial to have a regular mindfulness practice. So I wish you all the very best. I think that's all I was going to say today. Give it your best shot, see how you get on, and good luck, and see you next week. Right? All the best. Bye-bye.